I was a little, hello, welcome to the Morning Muffin, your morning carbo load of real estate. Bing, bing. I don't know. I watched Daniel Tiger this morning with my son, so I've got that trolley noise in the back of my head. Ching,
Good,
ching.
good morning, Jen. I have no idea what you're talking about, so
Daniel
I don't.
Tiger is a spinoff of Mr. Rogers.
Oh, okay.
Remember the little
Ring,
hand
ring.
puppet? Yeah, so it's the trolley noise. Ding, ding.
Okay.
Anyway, good
Good
morning.
morning, everybody.
Speaking
It's
of family,
Wednesday.
it is Wednesday. We got family games. I've been looking forward to this for a while as things wind down in the year and people start nesting around Christmas. Do you feel that? Like there's always like a collective nesting for the last 2 weeks of the year?
I guess I've never really thought about it. What are you doing?
My phone just started vibrating. I didn't turn it on Do Not Disturb. I'm sliding it down to the floor. Do not talk to me. Okay. But yes, today
So
we're talking.
we do play games. I know you play games with Max, but
Yes.
we as a family play games, and it's fun. Some of them would think it's boring. Some think Scrabble's boring. I love playing Scrabble, but we'll
I am so cerebral. I was thinking about this morning and how different families are with their games. Like as I put on my hoodie because it's like more casual today, I was thinking like, oh yeah,
which you
there's
didn't
those,
tell me about.
sorry. There's like some families that do like football, in the winter time and they're really big on it and they have like, but I am so cerebral and so are you. So I tend to gravitate towards games that are like intellectually stimulating.
Well, I do that, but when we talk about one of the games, it's completely the opposite. It's about making an ass out of yourself.
Well, let's talk about that game first then. That sounds like fun.
Well, since I mentioned Scrabble, let's talk about Scrabble. I love to play Scrabble. I'll, I used to play it with my roommate when I was in my 20s, and she would beat me every time, like every time. But when you're playing games, when you're doing anything, whether you're doing sports or business or whatever, you always want to be playing somebody or working with somebody better than you so you can improve your skills. Well, finally, I started beating her. Sorry about my dog. I started beating her, and she got so mad after a while. She threw like whatever. She just threw stuff and called me a bad name and said, "Fine, I hand my Crabbles, or you're now the Crabble queen," or something like that. But anyway, she was very angry with me. And then now I play with my son. We play quite often, and I usually beat him, but he has fair and square beat me. And I don't get upset. I think it's awesome that he'll beat me, but I still am the Scrabble queen. So I love that game.
Yeah, well, in most of the world, Mattel owns it, except for the United States and Canada. It's actually owned by Hasbro. We all know it's like a word game, right? Crosswords using the dictionary. Do you use a dictionary when you're there? Are you allowed to? Is
You
that
are not allowed to do that, but you can challenge each other, and we'll pull it out every once in a while just to be nice. Like, okay, you know, because I know like all the two-letter words and he doesn't. So,
Mhm.
just from years of playing. But anyway, it's a fun game.
Have you
And
guys
it's very
ever
cerebral.
played like with a game clock, like in chess?
We don't do that, but sometimes it's like, all right, move it. We got to go. Come on.
There's like championships that do that. It's
I'm
awesome.
sure there are. I'm sure I'm
Okay.
not that good.
So now, which is the game that you are talking about that's a little bit more physical?
Actually, part of it can be physical. It's called Quelf. It's Quelf, and it is a ridiculous game. It's basically you want to get ahead in the board. You move. You have like a platypus is one of the characters. They just have all these weird characters, and then you just move forward in the board. You want to get to the end. But in the meantime, you have to obey cards, and the cards might be a rule that you have to snort like a pig every time you laugh.
Okay, I
Or
gotta look it up because because I can't imagine it. And all you know it, you know what I'm thinking. I can't.
I know. So anyway,
What is it? I have to look it up.
it's an obey the card game.
I know, I know, I know.
But
Okay.
let me keep talking. So I called my sister this morning because we played it last year, and she had to wrap her head like a mummy in toilet paper. I mean, they're really random things. I've had to like leave the table and go hide in the house somewhere and wait for somebody to come and find me. I've had to go to the bathroom, turn my shirt on inside out, and come back and wait for somebody to notice. I mean, they're just ridiculous. You might have to write poetry. You might have to sing. You might have to dance. You might have, I mean, you have to, and it's really great. I know you don't drink, but I do. So it's a fun game when you get a little loose. It's just a blast. And everybody that I have played this game with has gone out and bought the game because I've had to leave the room because I was going to pee my pants because I was laughing so hard. I mean, it's a great game. I recommend it. Oh, you have to get it. Max is a little bit young for it because he can't do, I remember my neighbor played with us one year at Christmas, and she was just petrified to do some of this. All she had to do was put lipstick on in front of us. She just hated it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fun game. You can tell I enjoy it. It was a great game.
Well, now you honestly make me want to go out and buy it.
And it's super. We should play it sometime.
Oh my gosh.
After COVID.
You just reminded me of a game I bought. Okay. We'll go. I have another one.
You have another one?
Yeah, but we'll do that. Okay. So now what else? What other game do you
The other two games that I have is, just old standby. Well, that's not the old standby. Blocus. Blocus Emma loves to play, which is just a game where you have odd-shaped pieces and you have a square board and you try to fill up everybody's a different color. You try to fill up get as much space as you can and get rid of all your little pieces. And it's just a fun game. It's kind of a strategy game a little bit.
It's kind of like a combination of bingo and Tetris.
I don't know where you get the bingo.
Because it's like a blackout. You got to get a blackout on the board.
Not really.
No,
because you've got 4 different colors. But anyway, we like Blocus. Emma loves Blocus. And then the other one is Monopoly. We actually have a Monopoly game sitting on your desk in my office that we started playing. Mike and Luis and I started playing Thanksgiving, and we never finished it. So it's sitting unfinished on the desk. And that's just a good family. And it's good. It's good education for kids about money and buying property because we're all about real estate. Those are my game. Everybody go buy Quelf.
Hold on. That reminds me, I do believe that the Monopoly was written by a woman.
I have no idea.
If you look up, hold on, I'm looking up the Wikipedia. I've heard it on, of course, some kind of like feminist podcast, of course, and designers, Lizzie Maggie Charles Darrow is her name. So it is by a woman, and essentially it's derived from the old game, the Landlord's Game, which she invented in 1903 as a way to demonstrate that the economy, which rewards wealth creation, is better than one where monopolists work under few constraints and promote economic theories.
Wow.
I know. It's really, but when Monopoly was first published by Parker Brothers in 1935, it did not include the less capitalistic taxation rule, which resulted in a more competitive game.
Wow.
I know, right? Way to teach your son the economy early.
You know what game I want to get though
Huh.
for Luis is Robert Kiyosaki's. What is it? The Rich Dad Poor Dad. What is the game called? Darn it.
I didn't know we had a
You
game.
talk. You talk. I'm going to look it up.
Okay. My game is Jenga, but I play it differently. And I'm going to hide this because I have it set up right here. And as you can see, I don't have Jenga. I have like this like cheap generic version of it. But the rules that I play with are like if you have a piece, you can't lay it normal. You have to lay it like askew.
Awesome.
And it makes it like really hard.
Oh, creative.
I know. And then you end up getting this like weird tower, and it's very like engineer minded. Like your mind works differently to solve it. Okay, so that's Jenga. And also, so there was another woman that created Jenga. And it's a made up word. It's not a real word.
Oh, of course, it's not a real word. Neither is 12.
Stop saying 12.
Oh my God, Jen. Okay. All right. What else? Other games do you have?
I have I'm trying to find it. Okay. And this is also another word where I really want to like say it. Dixit.
A picture's worth 1,000 words.
So it's like apples to apples, but there are no like cards to draw for like the rules. Like as in, you know, like apples to apples, you have like a noun and then you draw, or you have adjective and then you draw the noun cards that describes that adjective. But in this game, the subject card is anything you want it to be. Like it could be a sound, it could be a bit of poetry, it could be a specific artist, a movie, it can be anything. So for example, I'll show you. And then you have to draw a card, which they all have these amazing, beautiful pictures on them.
Wow. Yeah, they are pretty.
They're like the artistry on this is amazing. And you have to try to figure out which card best which describes that. And then it's just like apples to apples. And you know, whoever gets it wins. And then they're so whimsical though. And you know me, I love whimsy. I actually have a Google search for the word whimsy. I love it. Okay. And then another game I have, which I forgot to bring up here. Okay. It's
That's okay. I didn't bring any of my games.
Who is that late night talk show? Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon has that game and you can watch it. He always has God, it's called Box of Lies. I'm gonna share my screen and I forgot to bring it up here. But it is hilarious to play with your husband or significant other. Wait, where is it? Here, I'm just going to click on it. Can you see it?
I can.
I'm gonna get it bigger though. Box of Lies. Okay, there. And he's got another game. But this Box of Lies, you have like, you draw a card and it's got something like stupid and ridiculous, like a cowboy riding like a dolphin. And essentially what you have to do is you can either tell the truth by describing it, or you can make something up. And then your significant other has to guess if you're lying about it.
So you wouldn't have to play it with your significant other.
Oh no, you could play with anyone. But it's hilarious because you can do whatever you want. You can lie to them or you can tell them the truth. And so you get like really good at reading the other person. And my husband is like the world's worst liar. And apparently I am like the world's like best liar or something because we had so much fun playing this game. It's got such good brevity to it.
Oh, nice. Nice. There it is. It's a good thing to do is have family game night.
It really is,
It
isn't
really
it?
is. Yeah. I haven't done it for a while. I guess Thanksgiving was the last time.
Yeah, right. And it's going to be hard whether or not we can play these games over Zoom. We got cribbage that we could play with a couple people, within our household, but we won't get to try all these new games with new people for a while. And we want everybody to stay home and stay safe. We're not advocating for you to invite a bunch of people to come over and play. This is definitely like be safe,
Family.
guys.
Family games.
Don't bring these board games over to grandma's house, okay? Because you can't social distance with some of these.
True. You can't.
You can't. Okay. Well, and it would be really hard to play Box of Lies with your face covered in a face mask. Don't you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play with a face mask. It'd
be fun to play poker. Can you imagine? I would be so good at poker. I'm the worst poker player in the world, but I think with a face mask, I totally could do it now.
Eyes speak. The eyes speak, though.
I know, right? We're going to be so good at reading people's eyes now. Okay, enough of this. Tomorrow, what are we talking about? Oh, here, let me comment below. Tell us your family games. We want to hear them. We want suggestions.
Yeah, definitely.
And excuse me, I think I burped. Don't forget to go on to YouTube, check out our page, scroll, find some other videos that you like. Most of them are about real estate, but we try to encompass all topics. So, excuse
me. Okay, tomorrow, I think it's time to go.
I know, right? Coffee. Okay, tomorrow, thumbs up Thursday. We're talking about radon and local radon companies, mitigation companies, and then inspections and what it is and what it can do and the world around radon.
The world of radon. Okay. All right. We'll see you all tomorrow, everyone.
Tomorrow. Yes, absolutely.